Yo, what it do? It is your boy, Juan Star. This is the cast, and this is episode 2, baby. Now, the first week we had a lot of beautiful concepts talking about how relationship was impactful in today's society. We broke down a lot of key points and a lot of key things. When it came to economy, what Trump doing, this, that, and the other. And we also got to the point and a realization about how impactful it is when we went outside into the city of Nashville. Now, episode 2, we're about relationships, but it's just a little bit different on this one. We're basically going to talk about who is better in a relationship, men or women. Now, it's a lot of polls been going around, and statistically, it says that men value relationships more than women in 2025. What y'all feel about that? Now, we know when it comes to relationships, it's many type of avenues that you go down. Like, you gotta, if some of you are very, high vibrational, you will understand about the different attachment styles. It's 4 main types people have about knowing about yourself for one and knowing about the relationship that you may be in. Now, the 4 styles are secure, anxious. What's the other 2? You got secure, anxious, fearful, and dismissive. Them are a certain type of attachment styles that every day in our personal relationship, that's how we was back in the time. But now that's same attachment style is going to affect whatever your relationship may be. Now, they say that men are more loyal and more valuable. Why is that? I'm glad you asked. Statistics shows that more men sit up there and value their relationship because if they are with one person, they are going to be with that person. They're going to show loyalty. They're going to be a protector. They're going to be a provider. They're going to be everything that they can for that woman. Now, when it comes to women, I can understand and see statistically why. Now, you leave your comment down below. But I understand with women are more about emotional support. Now, statistics also shows that 65 to 75% of women be in marriages even if they do not love their significant other. What does that mean? That means women are more secure. They want somebody who's going to keep them secure and they don't have to love them. Somebody who's going to be their back burner. Somebody who's going to be that little fail safe when they get bored and when they tired of being with other people and this, that, and the other. Now, men, to each his own. We is going to break it down to each his own, right? Now, because for men, y'all, women, this does happen to you too. You do got some dog ass men out there, and I don't be 1,000 with you, but we're talking about the high vibrational men that's going to help you in today's society. We're talking about the loyal individuals and the loyal people that's in the game that's doing this, that, and the other. Now, according to recent research, right now, and it's been on multiple studies, men tend to value romantic relationships more than women, and they experience greater benefits when it comes to a committed partnership. Like, when I say committed, this is somebody that you can trust. This is somebody that you can be loyal to. This is somebody that when you walk out the door, like, you ain't got to worry about if this person behind your back cheating. You ain't got to worry about this person being deceptive. You ain't got to worry about this person hiding anything. Now, not only that, it's greater benefits, but in 2025, this is a complex issue now. All because the individuals are variations of the way how this message can be perceived when it comes to who better in relationships. Now, here are some key points to consider about this. And again, y'all talk to me below. Y'all get at me. Now, one of the key points is that men's dependence on relationships. It shows that men experience more negative impacts when it comes to relationships. Men impact more pain or the seeking out emotional support rather than women. Why is that? Because when a man is locked on to a woman that they care about, they only locked into one. Now, I am going to say a disclaimer and a side note on this. Now, if your partner that you may be dealing with is not in this caliber, it's still ways to work it out. You just got to understand the person attachment styles. Again, there's 4 of them. You got anxious, you got secure, you got dismissive, and you got fearful, avoidant attachment styles. Okay, now make sure y'all do y'all research into that. But now let's get back to this. Now, the health benefits from this, it shows that research shows that men seek and have greater improvements in mental and physical health when it's a stabilized relationship with the woman that they desire. What does that mean also, Juan Star? I'm glad you asked. Men, again, set and based on one situation. Now, if a man gonna check out on you, it's probably because of some certain criterias that women probably did not put down, but let's talk about them as well. I feel like, in my perspective, from the research that I've been looking into, when it comes to, Google, when it comes to, certain like Vanity Fair and all of these other, these mailer spots, and I even looked up some type of psychological matters with a couple of doctors here and there, but I'm just not gonna say their names because I ain't got permission. Now, with that basically being said, it's showing that research, like men are more stable with relationships when it comes to women, but men are often more likely to initiate romantic connections and fall in love faster than women. A woman is only going to be around a man if he's going to be supportive, if you're going to do anything that they need to do. And now in today's side note, women does not take accountability of their own action, and it's a high percentage of that. Now, I'm not saying some of y'all queens out here don't do that. What I'm basically just saying is, like, in life today, I feel like in statistics shows that men does more for women than a woman does for a man. Now you got to think about it. I know some of y'all going out, oh, he BS and he talking about this and talking about other. No, just think about it. A man got to provide for you a home, and now the real way supposed to be, he got to provide a home for you. He got to turn around and be that security. Like if any danger come around and anything of that type of nature, he got to put his life on the line and this, that, and the other. Like not only that, he go to work. He got to take care if you got kids. He got to take care of the package deal. He got to take care of everything to make sure everybody's straight. Now, what most women fail to realize is that when a man talks to a woman about certain situations that may be bothering him, he's not getting on you to say in control. And I think women don't take this like, y'all, I'm not bashing you, but I'm just saying, women, y'all need to own up to some of y'all BS and what y'all be going on. I know from a man's standpoint that when a little girl is young, we let them do whatever. That we should have put accountability on y'all then. But see what it is, y'all women like a lot of men to control. But in 2025, it's being a more men that's being awakened spiritually, mentally, and physically and know how to handle a relationship. It's just that sometimes people intervene into the wrong person. Now let's keep going. Now men are reported to be initiated more when it comes to relationships, and now an individual is greater trends that don't apply to every individual on this, but many women highly value relationships, but men don't prioritize them the same way. Like for example, a man will put you on a pedestal, but if he found out that you're doing anything wrong or cheating or anything like that and that type of nature when it comes to about you being a better part in a relationship, and this person tried to sit down and talk to you and try to give you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then that's a different scenario. What you mean by that? If y'all done went through communication problems and this person tried to talk to you and you belittled that man would check out, or that man will be ready to go to somewhere with some emotional stability. Now women on the other hand, men look more logic down the road about what they want to be in long term. They jump directly in and like, hey, this is a relationship, this is what I gotta do. Women on the other hand, yes, no offense to the women, if y'all start being a little bit manipulative and deceitful and be that actual goddess that you are, you don't even realize how much your value of the relationship will go farther in your favor. Men does not try to fight their significant other. We actually value our women that we are close to and that we bond with and that we are synced with. The problem is in most society, it's like you are individual, and this is a woman individual, her perception of how her Prince Charming want to be, and then she meet the man. Then the man look at her and be like, okay, I want to deal with you. It's simple. I want to mess with you. I want to rock with you. Now, you are already trying to mold this person. And I feel like most contemplations or most hardships come into relationships when it comes to people always trying to benedict one another or trying to control one another when it comes to situations instead of flowing in a relationship to make it mutually balanced. Now, men, I'm not going to lie, men go through a lot of hardship. You got to think about it. Men go through mental anguish. Now in these days in society, like when a man is going to marry a woman, he takes accountability of what he needs to do then, how his future gonna be planned out, and how it's supposed to go. Now, in reality, we all know when it comes to a relationship, women have more power. Why is that? Because the women was born with the manipulation control tactics from their parents. Now, you can like it, you don't have to like it, comment it below. But men think more logical. Women think more emotional. Now, if a man about to check on you, because logically he see that something's not right for the long term. A woman would check out on a man if she doesn't feel right. That is what a lot of problems come in a lot of relationships today when it comes to men and women who value it more, because women say they do offer the emotional feelings. But if you are not taking accountability for how that man talking to you, if you're not taking actions of trying to make the relationship grow and make it better, what difference is you from that other person that's not even giving you the energy that you deserve? Now, with that also being said, when it comes to relationships, what do you think? Who do you think that should value more in a relationship? Should it be a man or should it be a woman? How is your insights? How do you feel about it? Now, I know when it comes to relationships, it's based on communication, trust, and communication, trust, finances got to be even, and you got to have a great sex life. Them are the 4 key things when it comes to a successful relationship, and key things when it comes to a successful marriage. Now, when it comes to men and women, men look at it differently. A woman, you ask us what we need to do, a man to do it, no doubt, no problem about it. Try to be the best person that they can. Now, women, when you ask for your man, yeah, it's vice versa. Now, this gonna be very triggering right here when I say this, okay? Now, when it comes to men versus women in relationships, again, a man would check out on a woman if another man has touched her, if he don't feel valuable, or if he don't feel appreciated, or he don't feel acknowledged as the person that he are. Men want respect. Now, to a woman wants the emotional security. They want the emotional blanket. They want everything to be cool and kosher. They want everything where they got the bag, they got the gifts, they got this and they got that and the other. But when it all boils down to it, what is your main thoughts when it comes to relationships? Especially, who does it better? Does men value relationships more, or do women value relationships more? Now, one thing I can say to my women, y'all got plenty of options. Now, I hate it, and I'm going to be honest, I hate it when women say they single, because 9 times out of 10, y'all are not single. You choose to be single because you waiting on that certain individual in your life to come in. That's your Prince Charming. That's in your mind, in your fairy tale, like how you project it, and you want that person to come into your life. Now, that good person that may be in the cut into the DM, this, that, and the other that you ain't got no interest of, that's the one that's going to show you more loyalty than the ones that you go to. Now, here go another thing. Now, for both of y'all, now for men and women, if you may hit a hardship and you may have a lot of broken relationships and bad relationships, don't check the individual. It may be a time for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy and see things how it truly is when it comes to what do you value in a relationship. Is this person being loyal to you? Is this man being loyal to you? Is this woman being loyal to you? Are y'all putting in the work to make y'all grow? Are y'all doing the things that's necessary to have a solid foundation in a relationship? So with that all basically being said, now another key factor, it comes with communication. Let's talk about communication for a minute. When it comes to communication in everyday life, you got to understand that communication is a major key factor when it comes to relationships, especially when it comes to men, when it's men being more valuable in a relationship. If you give that man that proper communication and you let that man express how he feel without having any backlash, believe me, women, you will go a whole lot farther in this. Women, also, if you want that king to be right and you want him to do right, sometimes you got to be submissive. I'm not saying submissive where you do everything that he say. No, that's being a control tactic. That's the difference. Submissive is actually taking the time instead of throwing back, like playing baseball with a conversation. You are actually receiving the information that he has to offer you, and you can understand and try to work on that together to build it. Now, again, what you think about it? Do you think men, honestly, do you think men are better in relationships? Or do you think women are better in relationships? Now, I done gave you a little bit of my perspective of my side of the situation, but what about you? What do you feel? What do you think about people, especially who does it better in the relationship, who value it more. Do a man value relationships more, or do a woman value relationships more? Now, I'm looking at both sides of a situation. I can see a way how a woman wants that emotional stability and want somebody that's going to protect them even through good and bad and hard times. But I also see the man perspective of how he want to be appreciated. He want to be acknowledged. It's not about food on the table. It's about, I promise you, some of y'all women don't even realize it's not about food. You can buy that man food. That man don't care about what he want to eat. And y'all women got to stop doing that too in relationships. Stop asking a man, go figure out something and what to eat, this, that, and the other. Because a man can eat at McDonald's the same time he can eat at Perry's Steakhouse, okay? So it really don't make a difference to a man. A man don't care what you make, long as you make it. Now, if he finicky like that, tell his ass to cook. Okay? Alright then. So, with that basically being said, this is episode 2 of the cast. This is the cast with Warren Star. Now, again, what do you think? Honestly, to conclude this out, I think it's on the perspective of the person that you may be dealing with. Now, I can say that men, by me being a man, yeah, I feel like men is more loyal when it comes to a relationship, the good ones. And we not gonna put in perspective, well, what about the one that dogged me out? What about the one that done this? We're not talking about them. And to my fellas, what about the community that you've been dealing with? We're not talking about her either. We're talking about actual individuals who care about relationships. Now, another thing, I'm gonna end it off like this. Even though you value the relationship, right? If you really love a person, truly, genuinely, would you turn around and do something that will destroy your relationship? Would you do something that's going to hurt and hinder the person that you with? And if you did, would you be real enough to tell them? That's the key thing that you need to work on there. That's the key thing that I need y'all to answer right there, because men do be real enough to value and tell a woman. Now, if he really into you, he's not gonna cheat. He's not gonna go out. He's gonna do everything he can before he go out there and be the dog the dog that y'all claim him to be. Now, men, y'all gotta understand it's a new time frame with these women. Women do like to use manipulation tactics. They like to use control tactics. They like to use every tactic under the sun to get the control that they need and deserve to get what they want instead of putting in all the work. Why couldn't they? I'm not gonna knock a woman for it, but men, you need to be more aware, and women, you need to be more aware about the people that you're dealing with. But to close this out, I do feel like men, statistics shows that men are more value when it comes to a relationship with a woman rather than a woman with a man. But let me hear your opinions. Let me hear your thoughts. Now, this is episode 2. This is the cast with Warren Star. Tune in to the next time, baby. Peace, love, and light, love, and peace. Yep.